Hey guys, how you doing? In today's video we're doing 2 Mig-29 Fulcrums against 1 A-18C Hornet, and it's going to be a Fox-1 fight only. And by Fox-1 we mean R-27ERs and Sparrows and all that good stuff. And for the most part this is going to be more like a Desert Storm era fight prior to the introduction of the AMRAAM. And another thing we won't be using is the AIM-9 X-Ray and the R-73. As you know, these are high off-bore side missiles, and instead we're going to be rocking the R-60s and the AIM-9 Sidewinder M's. Now the fact that we're using Fox-1s means the tactics are going to be a little bit different than we're used to seeing here. So stick around, because in the Tackview we're going to review what happened, break it down, and go over the tactics and see what we did and what was incorrect and what was correct and how we can improve. Alright guys, without further ado, let's jump into the video. So this Fox-1 fighting is going to be interesting today, I think. I'm really used to using the AMRAAMs and the Fox-3 mechanics and all that stuff. Obviously a Fox-1 fight is going to be different because you have to stay nose hot on the bandit because you want to guide your missile in. And yeah, things could get interesting here for sure. I think the probability of a merge is much higher. And I think that's what it'll come down to today. I would ideally like to kill one of them with the Fox-1 and then merge with the second one and just kill him if necessary. Ideally, I don't want to merge with anybody, right? But if I gotta merge, then I gotta merge. And I'd ideally like to merge with one of them instead of both of them, because if I merge with both of them, I'm in big trouble here. Alright, they got me locked up. And keep in mind, they have better missiles, the R-27ER. It's a faster, more long-range missile than the Sparrow. And, well, there's 2 of them, so that's a big problem for me. And both sides have AWACS as well, so it's going to be hard to get the advantage in this one. I'm definitely, in every way possible, I think I have a disadvantage. Fox-1. And so we're going to start cranking to the right. I'm going to push them to the gimbal limit. And they haven't launched on me yet. Remember, I'm going to get a launch notification off the rail. This isn't going to be like Fox-3s. Now, I took the Sparrow shots at 20 miles. You can see they've launched on me. Looks like multiple missiles in the air. I took that Sparrow shot north of 20 miles, which is a long-range, very long-range shot for the Sparrow. And it's definitely not going to hit them, but it was just to send them something to think about. Now we're cranking to the left, pushing them to the gimbal limit on the left side here with the left offset. And now we're cranking the opposite way. And the R-27ERs, this is well within their range to get the kill. So very dangerous here. We're cranking hard. Bore sight lock, Fox-1 again. I think I came very close to getting hit there. Okay, so this could be a serious problem. I said I don't want to merge with anybody. Oh, Fox-2 incoming. Flares out. And now I had talked about not wanting to merge with anybody, and I'm pretty sure I just merged with 2 of them here. So this is the first guy. I'm on his 6. I'm going to Fox-2 him. I got to finish him off quickly or I'm in big trouble here. And Fox-2. Second bandit is right in front of me. I'm gonna bore sight him. Fox-1 on him. And he dodges that one. We're back to Fox-2s here. Come on, come on, come on. He's pre-flaring. Very good. There's Fox-2. And it goes for the flares. Guns. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I think I hit him a couple times there. I think I took off a little piece of his vertical stabilizer or something. So he's a little bit messed up right now, for sure. Definitely got hit there. I don't know how extensive the damage is for him, though. He looks like he's alright. I'm on his 6 here. So I think in fear of hitting the ground, he actually tried to pull up, but he pulled up in the wrong direction and turned away from me. So now I'm in a good position on a 6 here to Fox-1. He's pre-flaring. I don't have any more Fox-2s on me. There's a Fox-1 off at him. And he just dodges that one. Well done to him. Alright, looks like it's coming down to guns here. And somehow he survived that. He's very low speed though. You can see him there. I'm going to go for the vertical because I don't think he has the energy to come up here with me. Yeah, so you can tell the low speed of the MiG-29, it has very similar nose authority to the Hornet when it's very slow. So he's quite dangerous. And oh, he didn't hit me there, but almost. He's on the deck here. And I really want to just finish him off here. I think he's kind of messed up, so I'm trying to keep the speed low. And because I don't think he has the flight stability. Having lost a couple stabilizers, maybe parts of his wing, I don't think he can sustain slow flight very well. So I'm trying to exploit that a little bit here as much as possible. Almost losing him in the cloud there. Not a big fan of that. And so he's putting up a good fight here at this point for somebody who's been damaged and lost his friend. A pretty low speed, and he's actually doing a pretty decent job at the low speed fight, so he may not be as damaged as I thought he was. And it looks like we're in a good old-fashioned rate fight on the deck again. And we're just gonna stay right here, build up our speed. He's using the vertical. And I saw some wing vapors come off of him. So that tells me he pulled pretty hard to get into that vertical situation. You gotta look for those visual cues. And he's back down. I think he can tell he's being outrated, so he's trying to change it up a little bit.
Flight controls. Flight controls.
Almost got guns on him. There he is, pulling hard again. You see the wing vapors on him. So he's pretty slow speed here. And I can use the Hornet's high AOA here. And there's the kill. That was one slippery MiG, man. He did not want to die today. But he ejected, so that's good. Live to fight another day. Great fight. Good. Good fight to the MiG-29s. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting my work on Patreon. Really helps me out when you do that. Big thank you to all of you who are already supporting the channel. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Alright guys, let's have a look at our Tackview here. These are the AWACSs, the blue and the red AWACS. We got our 2 Russian MiG-29s flown by Sherman and Sundy, and me in the blue F-18 Hornet. Now this fight is interesting because it kind of shows you how the Russian aircraft were kind of equal, if not slightly superior, prior to the AMRAAM coming on stage. And you can tell, we'll see here, this Sparrow shot, aim 7, I know it says an M variant, but it's actually the MH, which has the ability to loft. And so what you're going to see here, I'm taking this at 24 nautical miles, I think it was, and that's far outside of the range of this missile. And so you're going to see why the Russian tech is almost slightly superior. My good launch authorization is about 10 miles. Like I can kind of maybe get a hit at 10 miles. Whereas theirs, it's farther. Like look, they're firing with their launch authorization at 18 miles. So, you know, it's pretty good. Anyway, so the computer is calculating the launch authorization based on distance and the altitude of the Bandit. And so once he fires the missile and I start diving, I'm screwing up the launch authorization, the calculation that the computer had done. And so I'm dragging the missile into denser air. And I'm also cranking it, forcing the missile to pull lead. Right, you can see it pulling 2.5 G here. This one's pulling 2.3 Gs. And so as the missile is forced to turn to try to impact me, we've talked about cranking in this direction. The missile thinks I'm coming over here, so it starts to lead to hit me here. And then I start turning this way, and the missile's like, oh shit, he's coming over here, and it tries to hit me here. And all this constant turning is bleeding the missile's speed, right? So we keep diving. There's the chaff, because these R-27ERs, they love the chaff. And you can see as soon as that chaff starts coming out, actually they don't give a crap about it here. This one did. This one cared about the chaff. This one's still tracking well. You can see they're coming in. This one's Mach 0.75, and this one's still coming in at a Mach 1. Still very dangerous here, but it's gonna miss quite significantly actually, and it's actually underneath as well. Look at that. So a couple of cranks and the dumping of the energy really kills these, or not the energy, the altitude really kills these missiles here. And so once we crank back in, this is the one that comes a little too close for comfort. Look at that. Let's get rid of these labels. 71 feet. That's crazy. 43 feet. Wow. Yeah. So anyway, that doesn't go off because I think in multiplayer there's no proximity fuse, but in single player that would have definitely detonated and would have killed me for sure. You can see my Sparrow here, very easily defeated. Actually, it's still coming in at Mach 1, which is kind of impressive. Let's put the labels back on. Mach 1.2. Wow. That's got to be related to the fact that it's falling and that it climbed to a high altitude before it came down. I mean, it's still not going to hit anything. Fox-1s, they're not as maneuverable as the Fox-3s. And so we dodged that one. So I get a bore sight lock on this guy who happened to be Sherman. And he's got an R60 off. And I got a Sparrow off at him. His R60's coming in. I'm going to pull throttle. Pull it to idle for like a second. And I'm going to pop a bunch of flares. And that missile actually doesn't seem to go for the flares. At least in the video, it also didn't look like it did. It looked like it was coming just to hit me. Didn't really care about the flares. Just couldn't pull enough G's to make the impact. So that's going to fly by. My aim 7 that I fired at Sherman. Let's see what happened to it. Ooh. 99 feet. Really close to this one. So I think we all dodged some really close missiles that round. And so here we go. Now I'm in a situation where I didn't want to merge with two of them. I wanted to just merge with one ideally. That would have been hard. But I merged with both of them. And so I'm like, all right, you know what? I'll just turn around and I'll smoke this guy quickly, and then I'll just focus on the other guy. So this whole thing kind of really depended on this Sidewinder getting the kill for me. Because if it didn't, I was going to be in very, very big trouble. And it goes, and it hits him right in the head. Splash 1. And you can see he's hitting the panic button, Sherman, and not just his flares. And so I think that's a good idea. And the reason I say that's a good idea is because you have these things called RWR blind spots in DCS. And it's 45 degrees above the aircraft and 45 degrees below. And so if there's a missile coming from this direction, your aircraft actually won't see it, which is why it's always a good idea to point your wings in the direction of the bandit. And so that's kind of what Sherman, I think Sherman has made that assessment. He's understood that. He saw this missile coming. He probably didn't get an RW, well, he definitely didn't get an RWR notification because it's a Fox-2. But I think in his brain, he was like, it might be an aim 7, but I don't know because the top of my aircraft is pointed at it. So he's just going to hit the panic button. And so what that's going to do is he's going to drop a bunch of flare to try to not get hit by that aim 7 as well. And there it is. However, he still gets hit because it's a Fox-2, and there's a certain amount of probability involved with the flares and stuff, even if you do everything correctly. So then quickly I'm gonna switch over to this next guy. I give him an aim 7, hoping that he couldn't dodge it, but he did. Look at that thing, pulled 15 G's to try to hit him, and still couldn't get him. And so now we're in a classic merge, and it looks like in this situation we're kind of in a vertical fight. And now this Mig-29, he's pulling really hard on the stick here, which is bleeding off tremendous amounts of his energy. And remember, when he did that because he wanted to get this R60 off, right? So that makes sense. And remember that the Mig-29, its nose authority, not as good as the Hornet for sure, but its ability to swing its nose around is very similar to the Hornet in slow speed fights. And a lot of F-16 guys said that when they had flown against the Mig-29, they said it was very similar to the Hornet, the nose authority of the Hornet. And so he gets hit there when I switch the guns, and I hit him I think 4 or 5 times, or I thought I did. Definitely hit him a lot more than that. And so here, I don't know what happens. Maybe he loses visual. I have no idea, but he actually turns away from me, which is obviously a critical mistake. And so what I'm going to do is just pull him into the HUD, and I'm going to get an aim 7 solution, And so that was a bad launch. You don't want to be launching aim 7s when the bandit's pulling a whole lot of G's like he just did. And to make that turn, now he's slow, so I give him one because he's up high, he's slow, he just did all these loops. I'm like, I could probably hit him, and I just missed that aim 7, which is a shame because that would have been a crazy kill. (130, 124 feet is the closest that I saw there. And so here we are, we're behind him. I might have to put guns on him at this point because I'm pretty close. So I'm like, all right, here's a couple of sprays. Remarkably, none of those hit him, but he's forced to make some pretty aggressive maneuvers. That's going to bleed his energy off pretty quick. And so he's in a low energy state, so I try to climb over him. He tries to climb with me, doesn't have the energy, gets a couple of lucky rounds off. None of them hit me, no big deal. And so now I'm going to try to come back down. He's once again high. I think he's having problems. Part of his vertical stabilizer was gone, so he's not flying all that correctly. And he's just trying to survive at this point. So he's coming back down, get his energy back. I'm trying to come around the loop. And right here, I'm like, all right, where did we end up in a raid fight on the ground here? So we keep doing these little vertical loops for a bit. I'm trying to just exploit the low speed authority of the F-18 because I'm thinking he's pretty messed up, and he's actually doing a really good job. He did a really good job of keeping me away from him. So then we end up, I'm like, all right, let's just do this the old-fashioned way. So then I just go for a raid fight on the deck. And so you can see the raid fight indicated of 330, trying to build up the speed a little more. I want to sit around 360. You can see my turn rate's really working up 20 degrees. And he goes for the vertical. And I'm going to come back around, follow him up. And right here, so this is the part where I was trying to cut into a circle. The reason I did this because he was coming down like this, and I wanted to cut in right here and see if I could get a high aspect gunshot on him as he did that. And so as I tried to do that, I was off by just a little bit. Like, I don't know if you remember in the video, but my gun pipper was right around here. I just couldn't get it onto him. So he's going to fly away, and this is the part where, you know, he reverses the turn, which is the first mistake, and the second mistake is he goes for the vertical, which slows him down. Now again, he may not have full control of his aircraft. I'm sure it's flying very strange right now because it's been hit a few times, and unfortunately, look at that high AOA of the Hornet. Look at that. Yeah, that's why the Hornet's special, man. Look at that. So that actually allowed me to get that gun kill right there. And he's out. That's the video. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Big thank you to Sunday and Sherman for helping out with this video. And thank you to all of you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys.